Looking at your homework assignment, page 89. Yes, 89 numbers, the odd numbers 3 through 21. We'll start with numbers 1 through 7. On number 1, you have negative 8/15. They're asking you to convert this rational number into a decimal. So in your calculator, you would put an 8 divided division sign and then a 15, and therefore it will convert this fraction to a decimal. And because it is a negative number, do not forget to put your negative symbol in front of it. Therefore, this would be equal to a negative 0.53, and the 3 in the hundreds place repeats. Okay? When we look at number 3, you have a negative 13/6. You do the same thing. You take your calculator, put 13, the division symbol, and a 6, and you will find that your calculator will give you a 2.16 with the repeating 6, and because it is negative, do not forget to put your negative symbol. Here you have a decimal that you want to convert into a fraction. Therefore, this number reads, remember when we are converting decimals to fractions, we read it according to its place. This digit is in the tenths place, so this is actually 6/10, and it is negative. However, this can be simplified by dividing both by 2, and therefore you have 3/5, and it is negative. Here you have negative 5/8, and therefore keeping in with the 10th place, which is the last place given. Remember, this is our whole value because it's on the left side of the decimal point, and the 8/10 is our decimal value. So you actually have an improper fraction. You have 58/10. It is negative. When you simplify it, you convert it to a mixed fraction. You ask how many tens are in 58, and you have 5 whole with 8/10. That is negative. You simplify the 8/10 by dividing both sides by 2, and you have a negative 5 4/5. Okay? That does it for the first section, which is pretty straightforward. Let's look at numbers 9 through 13. Here you have negative 4 5/9 plus 8/9. It's an addition symbol. When you have addition and fraction, remember the denominators must be the same. In this case, they are the same. Okay. However, when you take a look at it, let's convert it or change our setup to a vertical setup. When we change it to a vertical setup, we realize we have a negative integer, a positive integer. When we take the difference of our integers, because one is negative and one is positive, we would need to borrow because we don't have enough of the greater value to take the difference from. So with this 5, we need to borrow, okay, from the whole. And so since we're counting by nines, we add 9 to our numerator, and therefore we have 14/9 when we regroup with our fractions, okay? Because we borrowed one whole, that one whole, since we can only add fractions with the same number in the denominator, that's 9/9, and therefore we have 14/8. 14, the difference of 14 and 8 is 6/9, and bring down our 3. Here we can simplify by dividing by 3, and therefore we have negative 3 2/3. Okay. Next, here we have decimals that we are adding. Remember, we must line up our decimal point. So once again, let's rewrite this. Okay, and since our decimal points are in line, and this is negative integer, this is positive, let's take the difference. 5 take away 3 is 2, 7 take away 5 is 2, and 4 take away 2 is 2. And therefore, that is our answer for that number. Here on number 13, we have a turtle. That's 20 5/6 inches. Below the surface of the pond, it dives to a depth of 32 1/4 inches. How far did it dive? In a case like this, we are going to want to look at, this is positive, this is negative. We need to take the difference of the two. So let's just put this one on top, this one here, and we need to convert our denominators so they are the same. This would be 24. We can go 12 would be lower. This is 3/12. This is 12. That is 10/12. And then therefore we would go from there, taking the difference between the two. We have 7/12. And then we have, we need to borrow, sorry. I'm in a building, I need to leave. They're closing up the building. So let me borrow here, that's 31. This becomes 15. This gives me 5/12. And then the 31, that's 11 and 5/12. And because it's a greater value is negative, this is negative, okay? All right, let me stop. I need to leave the building. Okay. You ready? I need to walk out now, right? Because it's 6. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, let me. Okay, the car is still outside.